Hey everybody, it's Dia. I'm back at it again with another video. So today I'm going to be talking about how to grow your art pages. So I'll talk about how I grew my Instagram, my TikTok, and my YouTube. Right now my largest page is my TikTok. I believe I have 63,000 followers. And on YouTube we are almost at 20k. Thank you for all the people who are subscribing. Right now I think we're at 17,000. And then on TikTok, hold on, I don't remember. Also at 18.8k. But I don't know what it is. I find it a little bit harder for my account to grow on TikTok than it is on the other platforms. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Anyway, so at least so for what I do, I think a lot of people say to find your niche. Well, your niche will be art. I started doing was I was posting consistently. Like I was posting like every other day, at least five times a week I was posting. And I think people think that they have to make new art every time they're posting. Like you can either, what I like to do, sometimes I like to film the process, even if it's not finished, so then I have tons of content, or I'll recycle content. Especially videos that have done well previously. If you notice the video is doing better than all the rest of your videos, I always take from that video and recreate content that's similar to that, because I know that's what everyone is liking. Because some of my content is like a hit or miss. And how I grew, especially on Instagram, like 2 or 3 years ago or something like that, and I was like posting consistently. And there's like this threshold for Instagram. I feel like once you hit about around like 2,000 to 5,000 followers, they start really pushing your content. And people forget about this, that you need to engage with people who are commenting. Like people will comment and I don't know what it is, but people will not respond, and I just don't understand it. Obviously don't respond to hate comments, but all the positive people are like, oh wow, I love your art, da, 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 just like a little response. And then Instagram gets like, oh, this person isn't engaging, let's push it out to more. And it shows that there's a lot of engagement within your video. Instagram loves engagement. They will push out your video if you have engagement. So please engage with your audience. Comment on their posts, reply to their comment when they post, share. I usually share my own post on my thing so people know like, hey, I posted. Yeah, I think you should do that too. Also, people should be aware that regardless of whatever you post, there will always be somebody who's going to try to burn your flame. Yeah, well, not burn, who's trying to snuff. Yeah, this is giving Survivor, who's trying to snuff your flame. You can't really be too sensitive about the comments, because there are people who will hate for absolutely no reason. Like if you look at some of my comments personally, the ones that I've gotten like a couple million views, it's filled to the brim with hate comments. And me personally, I don't delete my hate comments because that's engagement. It'll push my content out. And usually when there's hate comments, there's usually people who follow me or people who are just like, oh, like there's nothing wrong, da 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 da. Like for example, if you guys have seen my one line drawing, there's been tons of people calling me an idiot in the comments, and I think some people that would not be very amusing. For you have like hundreds of people calling you an idiot, and that's not a line, and oh, she's an art student, so of course that's not a line, or whatever people say. I don't know. But for the most part, I read most of my comments, and I try to reply to a lot of them. As you can see, I try to reply to like my YouTube comments and Instagram. I think I need to work on replying to TikTok comments. I don't even have my TikTok notifications on, but I do need to work on. That's probably why it's hard for me to grow my TikTok account, because I'm not. And TikTok has certain metrics, like they want you to stream. That's a really good way to like gain a following on TikTok, to stream while you're like painting or drawing. That's been like a super popular thing on TikTok lately. I also use trending audio, I also do voiceovers. I realize content that has voiceovers and text do pretty well as long as you're saying something interesting. Also, it helps put your video in a category. So if you look on TikTok, right, on the top of the bar, like the search bar, something like that, if it doesn't have anything there, that means your video isn't like categorized, like TikTok doesn't know where to put it. So I think it's very important that you make sure that your video is placed in like some type of art category, and usually it's picked up by what you're saying in the video. So if you're talking about, oh, well, this is my drawing, these are the steps, then it kind of places you in a category. Also, how I post on multiple platforms, I film and edit on TikTok, and then I save the video and I post it on my Instagram, and I post it on YouTube Shorts. So then, and it's fine, guys, you can post it on all three multiple times, because especially when it's art, I mean, we've all seen the Mona Lisa 50 million times. Most of the time people are not going to get sick of seeing your content, and if they are, they're probably not like real supporters. So it is totally fine to repost content, especially ones that do good, because then it helps with your engagement on your accounts. Another thing, you have to make sure that your video is the most interesting thing in like 3 seconds or less. Like, it has to like catch someone's attention, which is why I have like videos such as my professor painted on my painting. I say that because it's like it reels people in, although that is true, but I used it as a hook without even saying that he did ask, but I just had to I even told my professor that I used him for clickbait. He's like, but am I making money? Sir, no, not yet. But also, I think it's very difficult to grow your account if you generally don't really like social media. So I do think you have to find some type of enjoyment to consistently post, because sometimes for people who don't like posting on social media, it becomes like a chore, and you don't ever want it to feel like it's a chore, you know? There are some people who don't post that often who get like a lot of engagement, but I feel like those people, they're like super rare. Usually those people are like, they're just super interesting. I don't know how to explain it, but if you're trying to like seriously grow your account, you have to be active. I do think usually if a video does well on TikTok, it'll also probably do well on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, but sometimes it kind of differentiates. Like, if a video does, in my opinion, well on TikTok, it'll do extremely well on Instagram. And YouTube is kind of a hit or miss. It kind of depends. I feel like for me, it depends how I title the video, and it kind of just goes from there. I would also engage with other artists on their account. So then you repost their stuff, they repost your stuff. I also think a helpful way to grow your account is even possibly to start a whole new one and block all your friends. I noticed that even me, but all my friends follow me, but I will block them. But sometimes it's hard to post content when your friends are following you, I guess. And there's nothing that makes me more upset when people will show me my own video and I'm right there. I'm like, please stop. Because I don't really like I feel like most people don't really like to hear the sound of their own voice. So I'm like, you're giving me secondhand embarrassment even though it's my video. So please stop. So to just cut the whole thing, I would just make another, if that's what your number one fear is, I would make a new account and block all your friends. I wouldn't even tell them that you have an account. And if they happen to find you on their spam or something, block that too. Block it all. And then you won't have to worry about, like, I don't know, people, there will be people discovering your videos if it ends up, you want it to get traction. So I've even had some people like show up in my art class and just like, oh my gosh, like, I watch your videos. I'm like, oh, hey. I post more reels than actual posts. Reels get more engaged. Reels get pushed out more than regular posts. But it is fine to do like a couple of posts here and there. But I really think that you should be doing mostly reels. I also realized for YouTube, I do long and short form content, of course, the shorts. My shorts get a ton of views. We're still working on like the regular videos, but of course I'm just starting. But I'm honestly really just talking about at least my YouTube shorts and Instagram and TikTok and how to grow your page. What else? If you do not have a style yet, honestly, you don't really have to worry about that. You'll eventually develop it once you continue making art, continue posting. Although people will probably forget who you are. Like that's just like a thing. Like my art doesn't all look the same, so I'm sure there's some people who are on my page who are just like, who is this girl? Follow an artist off of one thing that they liked and not be aware of your other stuff. So yeah, that is a thing. In your account. Fake accounts. Oh my gosh, I had my fair share of fake accounts and people getting scammed. I really don't know how it happened, but yeah, there was like this fake account and they were like asking people for money or something for like paintings, and that's a whole nother issue. I literally had to like make a whole post about it, and I think the account did end up going down. I can't really remember because a bunch of people reported. I was like, guys, that is not me. I will never text you asking you for money or anything like that. But that is something that you might face when you are sell prints, stickers, a bunch of other stuff. If you are like ceramics or something, you're trying to sell your pots or your ceramic pieces, and you're watching this video because you are trying to help with sales. Another thing is videos that do well, repost them. Make sure that I believe on Instagram and TikTok you need a certain amount of followers. So once you hit that threshold, make sure you have a link of where people can buy your stuff. Also, sometimes people do it through DMs. That's also like, you can also do that, but I would really recommend like either having your own website, Etsy. Usually Instagram will let you do that, I think, before TikTok will. I think on TikTok, I can't remember, but you definitely need like a certain amount of followers to put a link in your account or something. Just engage, consistent, niche. If you are an art, for your art page, really don't post anything else but art. I think travel's cool. I do post my travel, but really nobody cares about it because they're all there for my art. And I do think like, me personally, my personal and my art page are not separate. Like they're together because I'm just too lazy to have two pages. So whatever you guys think is easier for you, either making a separate art account, I just think me and my art were together, so yeah. But if you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching, and I hope your account grows. I also was thinking about if I should like critique art on here. Like, would you guys be down to like send me your art and I like critique it and I do like a video? And of course I'll leave it like anonymous, but I think that would be fun. Like either critiquing art or I don't know, something along the lines of that. I do have another little painting video coming soon of a skeleton. I have like my sketch already done. Anyway, I'm rambling, but thank you guys for watching this video and see y'all next time. Bye.